Hey everybody, it's Sean Waters. Welcome to another episode of Writing the Good Life. This is day 2 of our exploration of writing the good life, and we're happy that you are here with us today. I'm sharing one of my favorite topics, something that I've felt more like an evangelist for than anything else before, including any stint with strange religious groups I was or was not a part of. That's a terrible joke. And that is, I am an evangelist of the power of mindful free writing. So I want to go over the rules of how we approach this. This one's going to be quick so that you can practice this. Number 1, you are not trying to write well. When you sit down for a free writing practice that you're also cultivating a sense of mindfulness, you're not trying to write well, you're just trying to write. Number 2, just keep writing. Keep the pen or pencil going. You should begin to feel the sensation. It's a somatic grounding experience. You don't reread, don't check for spelling, grammar, punctuation, don't try to make it good, don't erase, don't cross out, just keep on going. If your brain starts thinking about the movie you watched last night, write that down on the paper and just keep going. It's more important to just keep going to see whatever comes up, to get through the initial kind of creakiness or the blocks about worrying about whether or not what we're writing is any good. Number 3 is maybe the biggest one in the center of the list. This is a no judgment zone. One of the cores of mindfulness is that we're just being mindful of our experience. We're just paying attention to our experience as it is. You're not trying to do this well, you're just doing it. And when you are doing that, you're also not judging what comes up as bad or good, right or wrong. If you start thinking about someone you haven't talked to in a while that maybe you'd rather not remember, for example, or I don't know, don't judge it as right or wrong. Put it on the page, let it go. It connects to the next one. No one's going to see this. You're not doing this to show someone else. You're not even doing it for yourself. In fact, Julia Cameron highly advises that you do not read your morning pages, you do not read your free writing after you do it, just because it can start messing with your head. You can start overthinking it, when really the goal is to just pay attention to your experience and write down what it is that you're feeling, or in response to a prompt, which is another good way to go about it. We'll go over some of those in just a few minutes. 5, your place that you write makes a difference, or it can make a difference for some people, especially when you're starting. Your time that you're writing can make a big difference. Earliest in the morning is easiest for most people. Getting up early and kind of getting yourself to the page before your conscious mind really starts going about all the things you need to do and thinking about all the things that haven't happened. You can still write then, but it's sometimes hard to get the benefits of actually really uncovering and seeing what's going to come out. And then your tools is your pen or your pencil, and really the pages that you're writing in. I want to kind of make this point a little in terms of the tools by showing you these little pocket-sized moleskin journals. I've always kind of wanted to be the kind of person that kept a journal, but I was never really able to do so till I was about 32, 33. That's when I really started my daily writing practice, after reading Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way and taking her morning pages practice seriously. The morning pages practice is a version of this that you are just writing first thing in the morning for half an hour, stream of consciousness. Whatever comes up, you just put it down on the page and you just try to fill up 3 full pages. She says in that book to not write in small books because they might lead to small thinking, and I think that's a bunch of hogwash. For me, I'm intimidated by big size pages. I really like these kinds of small pages. The other thing that's interesting is you might find scraps of paper that you can discard or burn, or otherwise it's just like anything you can do to take the pressure off what you're doing and just show up to the process of writing with not really caring what it is that you write, you're just writing, can be really, really, really helpful and therapeutic. So this is a sense of mindfulness, which is a presence of awareness where you're paying attention to your experience. Traditionally, you can have there's a lot of different mindfulness exercises in the early Buddhist literature for sure. Mindfulness of breathing, mindfulness of the body, mindfulness walking, mindfulness of other activities, and mindfulness of writing is, for me, when it feels like it's really working, there is a deep sense of presence and a sense of listening to hear what's coming up, and it's kind of just a marvelous experience that I want to share with people. If you do this experience, it's good to I think stick with it, even if it doesn't feel like it's helpful. There's times that I've gone through that it doesn't feel like it's helpful, or it feels like a waste of time, and maybe it is, but in the long term, or at least more has come out of this practice for me in terms of understanding myself, clarifying my relationships with other people, having more compassion for myself, and just getting it out. It's the cheapest therapist you can possibly get. There are also there are some standard prompts that people use or that you can use. So we can have prompts. A couple interesting things here too. What we write about can change our experience or what we pay attention to. So you can write, it's interesting, you might say, what am I grateful for? There's been studies that have shown that if you record what you're grateful for every night before you go to bed, it makes you report higher levels of life satisfaction within 30 days. You start noticing things that you're more grateful for. I like to say, what surprised me today? Surprised me. In fact, I can't remember who it was that suggested that you keep a surprise journal. Things that surprise you, things that stand out, synchronicities, things that seem just almost too, like when two things connect in weird ways. I like to note those things. What are you inspired by? Sometimes it's harder to get this one, but what do you love? What has delighted you? It's kind of close to what you are grateful for. If none of these work, you can also go with, what pisses me off? One of my previous students reached out to say, I really appreciated you giving us free writing exercises. I wrote about what pisses me off, and that's what really got me writing. And then I started, for the first while, I was only writing about what made me angry, and that was good. Actually, it was very nice to write about that, but then I moved into more. I also like, what do I need to hear today is my favorite one. Right now, anyway. And that's where we're going to end it here, and thinking about, you might ask your pages questions, and the answers might not come right away, but sometimes they do. Sometimes when I ask myself, what do I need to hear today, it's surprising the answers that I get back and how quickly I get those answers back. Namely, oftentimes I need to hear the things that I always need to hear about being present, about being grateful, about paying attention, or really showing up to people or the situations that I'm going to be in today. I do these in the morning. Other people use a daily design prompt, so you can kind of design your day in a certain kind of way. But these should be personal. It should work for you, and you should begin to experiment with what is working and what's not working to see and get closer to what and how you can use this practice, if this is a good tool for you in your particular wisdom workshop. I hope these help, and let me know if you have any other resources or questions about free writing as a practice, if you've tried it and got stuck and gave up on it, if it hasn't helped you, or if it has helped you, what about it was helpful. Thank you very much, and I hope this video finds you well. And next time we are going to talk about composting. In other words, writing shit and giving a shit about the world. Thank you. Until next time, take care in your pages, take care in your experience.